Hey, hey, the old man's rolling again. Hey, hey, for that opinion.
Hello! It's 2026 in Brisbane, and if I want to go to an amusement park, I've got to go up the coast or down the coast. There's no option in Brisbane, but that wasn't always the case. I remember back in 1979, Mum dressing me up as a convict, throwing me and my sister into the E.J. Holden and taking me to the school dance. I was 9. Back then I had no idea we were going to what was once Brisbane's Luna Park. It's at Bowen Hills. Let's go take a look together. In 1938, after the success of Luna Park in Melbourne and more recently Luna Park Adelaide's relocation to Sydney, the idea was proposed to build one in Brisbane. The plan was developed by construction engineer Thomas Henry Eslick, who had previously worked on the Melbourne and Sydney parks. Thomas Henry Eslick was born Tollemache Harriet Eslick in 1877 in Glamorganshire, Wales. He was known for sometimes exaggerating his background and at one point claimed he was born in India, though records indicate he had British origins. He didn't do half of what he claimed, but most of his claims held just enough truth to make you wonder if perhaps he had. Uncle Harry, as he was known, enticed local Brisbane businessmen to invest in a copycat version of Melbourne's iconic Luna Park. And it worked. The company was formed, Luna Park Brisbane Limited, and £50,000 was raised, and in March 1939 a prospectus for Luna Park Brisbane Limited was issued. Land was chosen at Montpelier Heights above Breakfast Creek Road and near Bowen Hills Railway Station at 7 Boyd Street, Bowen Hills. The plan was to turn this stretch of wasteland into Australia's biggest attraction. It was to have 4 zones: the garden zone, consisting of bushland walks through zoos and aquariums; the family zone, a place for families to have picnics with cooking and store facilities; the social zone with Cloudland Cafe, which was to be the largest open-air cafe in Australia; Tower of Dreams, 300 feet above sea level with the cafe in the sky, dispensing exclusive food and with revolving chairs so that a complete view of the surrounding country may be enjoyed. It also had another 2 observation levels and the ballroom plateau, which was reached by Alpine Railway across the Bridge of Joys. The last zone was the amusement zone. It could be reached by walking a street of lights called the Corso. With its scenic railway as its principal feature, it was expected to offer many of the latest rides from the United States and Europe, including the Big Dipper. A funicular railway car carried excited evening revellers from Breakfast Creek Road up the steep hillside so they could save their energy for the huge 46 by 22 metre sprung dance floor, the biggest in the country. If you want to see the whole Luna Park Brisbane prospectus, stick around after the credits. Bad timing saw it doomed before it had been fully built. World War II broke out just as Brisbane's long-awaited version of Luna Park finally opened at Bowen Hills in August 1940. There was no fun park as Eslick had intended, though there was a lavish ballroom with an inaugural ball held on the 2nd of August. Due to the threat of war, the crowds failed to come despite Eslick trying every trick in the book, including vaudeville acts, dance classes and zany ads. Investors lost their money. The sideshow rides, including the Big Dipper, never opened, and less than 6 months after it opened, in January 1941, Luna Park closed. On Saturday the 18th, a fierce Brisbane storm washed 24 tonnes of soil from Luna Park onto the tram lines on Breakfast Creek Road. At the time, Eslick was in Sydney and said he intended to close the park for 2 months to complete the plans for the amusement park as originally intended. In 1941, Eslick resigned as director. He went before the Federal Bankruptcy Court in Brisbane in November 1942. He took off back to America and was never seen again. He is believed to have died there in 1948. During World War II, the US military requisitioned Brisbane's Luna Park in Bowen Hills. The soldiers used the ballroom as barracks, and as a parting gift they renovated the famous sprung dance floor before returning the site to civilian use as a ballroom. After the war, in 1947, it was purchased by sisters Maya Winters and Frances Roach. Under their ownership, they renamed it Cloudland Ballroom and transformed it into one of Australia's premier entertainment venues. In the 50s and 60s, it was the place to be and the place to be seen. Cloudland hosted a wide variety of functions including classic balls, school formals, university exams, markets and popular rock concerts. On July 28, 1979, a new Aussie band called Flowers played support for international group XTC. Flowers would go on to become Icehouse. AC/DC, The Angels, Mental as Anything and The Clash also played there. Cold Chisel played there in 1980. There's Jimmy and Mossy on stage. In 1982, Cloudland, which was by then listed by the National Trust, closed its doors for what was to be the last time. Despite calls for its preservation, it was shockingly demolished without warning under cover of darkness on November 7, 1982. In less than an hour, the whole of Cloudland, a building which contained the memories of 42 years and 3 generations of Brisbane residents, was smashed to pieces. Thanks, Sir Joe.
Don't you worry about that.
A memorial arch now commemorates the Cloudland ballroom at 15 Collishaw Street, Bowen Hills. It was created in 2004 by artist Jamie McLean. It tells the history of Cloudland from the 1940s until its destruction. The memorial underwent a refurbishment in 2024 and has a table with a barbecue area. Be warned if you come here, it's on a very steep street. Cloudland's original driveway was at 7 Boyd Street. It's an apartment block now. Well, there you go. I hope you learned something about Luna Park, Brisbane. Don't forget to stick around after the credits for the prospectus. Hey, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe or leave a comment below. You can find me on the Segway app, just look for Reflex Footer. Until next time, happy scooting. Toodaloo. As promised, here's the prospectus. I'll leave each page up for about 5 seconds. You can pause if you need to. And as a bonus, here's the application for shares. Thanks again for watching.